Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of VGC Prep. Yesterday's was a bit of a different episode because I did indeed do a showdown episode, but that's because I had to change the team around, but I didn't have enough time to breed it, and I actually kind of completely forgot. So here's the new team. It still retains some of its old values. I never foresee me getting rid of Ferrothorn because Ferrothorn has proved time and time again that she is one of the most valuable members of our team. However, I have changed a few things. Gardevoir is now officially different. She is not Scarfer anymore. I changed her into our Mega because I decided to try a little bit without Manectric. I noticed that while Manectric is a very, very good Pokemon to have, it hasn't been fulfilling its duties, you know? A lot of its one-hit KOs are either he's outsped by them, or they're not entirely guaranteed. Whereas Gardevoir covers all the Pokemon that Manectric covers, but guarantees KOs on them, and guarantees that pretty much won't die from them anyway, even if they do outspeed them. So there's that. Then I was testing, you know, I needed a Scarf Dragon, so I was going to do Salamence, but I bred it wrong, and I forgot that it needed Hydro Pump and Dragon Pulse. So I was like, well, what about Kingdra? And I was like, what about Dragonite? So we're going to test it out with Kingdra a little bit. Scarfed Kingdra. Very lovely. So I'm going to hit this challenge button. We're going to get going. We're 39 and 42, which isn't... I don't understand how we have such high numbers, to be quite honest with you, when everyone else has only like 8 and 9. I don't really... I think our numbers might be a little off, to be quite honest with you. But, yeah. Yep. So, we got someone from Germany. I don't think I've ever battled anyone from Germany before. I mean, that I know of course. And, oh, this guy knows who Kevin is. For those unaware, who should be aware. How'd you get to my channel if you don't know? Kevin's X-Rays Ovation, and he's fairly well known for doing Murking, which is Murkrow and Nidoking. So let's see if we can potentially break that combo. So he brings a pretty interesting team, you know, Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, a pretty strong fire-water core. Clearly the Raichu's there to take many of the electric weaks that he has, as well as Nidoking, but Raichu's really the best bet for that. I'm thinking, judging by who he has, Gardevoir is going to be a very solid lead. Now, I'll explain why. Nidoking hits Gardevoir really hard, so in the back we'll have to bring Ferrothorn. Considering the rest of his team, I have a feeling Kingdra is going to be very useful. I'm going to bring Ferrothorn to absorb, you know, sleep powders and whatnot, but Gardevoir Kingdra should be able to handle both Venusaur and Charizard leads. So that leaves us with something to truly deal with that Nidoking, and I'm going to say Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr hits a lot of his team very strongly, super effectively, and can take a majority of his team's attacks because they are fairly special, actually. His Nidoking, if he is running the true Murking combo, is going to be special. And the rest of his teams could be physical, could be special. We don't know. Venusaur and Charizard has the option of doing both. So he doesn't start off with that combo. So we get Lightning Rod. Huzzah! That is actually brilliant for us. Now he can't go for electric moves against our Kingdra, which means that his second best bet would be either HP Ice or a Fake Out. But either way, I'm not really too worried about that. I'm not really worried at all about what this Murkrow wants to do. So I'm gonna Mega Evolve. There's no reason not to. I can Moonblast I'm gonna Moonblast the Murkrow and try and get it out of here. And I'm just gonna go for a straight up Draco Meteor on the Raichu. Nah, he's probably gonna fake out. He's probably gonna... Oh, he's not gonna switch out. Okay. I figured he might switch out his Murkrow. Not really sure what his Murkrow wants to do against us. Maybe it's running Snarl, which would be a very strong move. He does fake us out. He fakes out the Gardevoir, so our Kingdra will be able... Oh, Tailwind. Okay. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So our Kingdra will be able to get this Draco Meteor off. It is Sniper Kingdra, it's not Swift Swim, it's Scarfed. So, nice, cool. It wasn't even a crit. So that's cool. So the Raichu's gone. Great. That really doesn't matter to us too much. We'll see if he brings out the Nidoking. I'm hoping he doesn't, because that kind of puts us in a bad position. Because Nidokings can run Flamethrower and Fire Blast. I don't know if they get Flamethrower, but I know they do get at least Fire Blast, which is kind of bad. But he does end up bringing out Venusaur, who will outspeed us. That's good to know. It will outspeed us in the I think. Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that the Venusaur will outspeed us in the Tailwind. So I'm going to bring in Ferrothorn here over Kingdra and protect with our Gardevoir. Because even at this point, Gardevoir is still a very solid Pokemon to have. I know the Sludge Bomb is pretty obvious, but just in case he wanted to go for Sleep Powder, we can absorb that. And at -2, our Kingdra's not going to really be doing much for us. So he goes for Thunder Wave. Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, we are a Ferrothorn. We're slow as all things slow. He does go for the Sludge Bomb on the Gardevoir. Now, part of me wants to stay in and see if we can handle that Sludge Bomb just for sheer testing purposes. But because he's clearly not going to be going for that Sleep Powder, I'm going to switch in Conkeldurr right here, and I'm going to go for a Gyro Ball against the Murkrow. That's not going to take it out. I can pretty much guarantee that's not going to take it out. But just in case he wants to switch out the Tailwind plus whatever he switches out into, which could only be, you know, other things. Confuse Ray. I think it's safe to assume that this guy is not using Murking. And if he is, he's not using it in the nice way. Oh yes, we get poisoned. That is the first time you'll ever be happy about being critted. Hacks and stuff like that. But we do break through Confusion and Paralysis to get a nice good old chunk off on that. So I think I'm going to go for a beautiful Earthquake. I'm gonna go for Rock Slide. I want to get rid of this Murkrow because I can foresee it being problematic. And I'm just gonna go for a Gyro Ball against the Venusaur just to get, you know, some damage off on it. It's not gonna do much. It didn't KO the Murkrow, so I can only guarantee that it's gonna be maybe a 3-4 hit KO. You know. But he does switch out, so we'll get to see. He does bring in the Nidoking, so I probably should have gone for Earthquake. That would have been a really good move for us. He's going to Giga Drain us, which it's going to do some, but this is not going to do a lot. I can already, yeah, that's unfortunate. We do break through Confusion, so that's not too bad. I'm in kind of a pickle. Oh wow, that did a lot. Okay, Tailwind petered out. So, I'm going to go for a Mach Punch against the Venusaur. This is not going to do a lot. I can already guarantee that. And I'm going to go for a Protect with my... Fire Blast incoming is pretty obvious. Do I have a good switch into that? I do. I have my Kingdra, so I'm going to switch in my Kingdra right here. That is actually a very solid move for me, and if I lock myself into Ice Beam, I can get the KO on pretty much everything on his field, because they're all weak to, of course, Ice. So we get a crit, which is kind of funny. He goes for Earth Power, so I think it might be... you crit the Critster. So he didn't go for Flamethrower. Intriguing. Our Conkeldurr is going to go down, which is unfortunate. I really should have gone for that Earthquake. That would have been a very good play. Now I know that our Gardevoir is faster than this Venusaur. I'm going to bring in Gardevoir because I have no choice. And I'm going to bring in our very lovely Ferrothorn. Now, what can I do? Well, he can attack Ferrothorn with a fire move. He's revealed that he is special. Maybe he went for the Earth Power, figuring that we would switch. That's a very, very solid prediction. I'm going to protect with Gardevoir. I want to take out this Nidoking. So I'm going to go for Power Whip. Hopefully we don't miss. Hopefully he doesn't go for Flamethrower. But considering that Gardevoir can hit his entire team super effectively as well, and then he keeps going for Earth Power, I think it's very, 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 very safe to assume that he is more than likely not having that Fire move. So this Power Whip is going to do almost enough. So I'm going to go for Psychic onto the Venusaur. I think his priority is to take out this. How much did that? Did a lot, so I'm gonna go for Protect here. I don't care if it's obvious. This is my best bet. So I Protect here. Hopefully he doesn't Sludge Bomb our beautiful. Oh, whoa! If I knew we were faster, well, it doesn't matter. Venusaur goes down. We are faster than the Nidoking, which we're base 100 speed, and we are modest. Correctamundo. I kind of completely forgot about that. So his best bet right here is to go for the Confuse Ray in my Gardevoir, but I don't care. I'm going for the Psychic on the Nidoking, and I'm going to go for a Leech Seed on the Murkrow. He can go for the Confuse Ray all he wants, but now I at least know that this team is very suitable for battle. And the fact that we outspeed, I kind of forgot that we were base 100 when we Mega, so had I known that, I probably would have maybe not gone for the Nidoking. I still probably would have taken out that Venusaur. So he's probably going to take us out. Yep, he does take us out, which is unfortunate. But other than Confuse Ray and Thunder Wave, there's not much this Murkrow can do to us. So he's really going to be relying on luck. We are going to outspeed this Nidoking before he does a Thunder Wave. And he doesn't protect or anything. So if we break through the hacks, we will most likely be able to beat him out. Can we? No, we can't. This is really unfortunate. It is part of the game, but I really wish, there was a way around it, because without the Confuse Ray, we pretty much won that game. And he basically won just because of a coin flip. And that's the real reason why I don't really like Swagger or Confuse Ray or those things, because it doesn't add anything, Flip of a coin, otherwise it was pretty much a guaranteed win for me. So that's kind of unfortunate. But let us keep going. There's only one battle out of 2, so we've got a good chance to come back here. Considering that this team is in its first round, I don't want to lose it just yet. I like it. Kingdra is actually pretty cool. I was considering Dragonite, special variant Dragonite, because physical Dragonite, while it is very strong, the things that it hits super effectively are physically defensive. So having something special is much better, because I calculated out a modest Dragonite one-hit KOs most dragons, whereas a adamant Dragonite doesn't with its stab. So, I mean, you also have to factor in that Draco Meteor is a much higher base stat, but whatever. So looking at this team, he's got the Azumarill, he's got the Salamence, the Kangaskhan, Aegislash, Amoonguss, and Rotom Heat. I'm thinking. Now, Kingdra's going to be pretty useful. Gardevoir is very useful. I'm actually most likely going to start off with Gardevoir. Gardevoir hits a lot of things hard, but not a lot of things super effectively. I'm also going to start off with Rotom. I'm going to bring Ferrothorn in the back for the Kangaskhan and the Azumarill and the Aegislash and the Salamence. Well, not so much the Salamence, but yeah. And I'm going to bring Kingdra. Kingdra is going to be pretty useful here. The fire resist will be very useful for the Rotom Heat. And the Ice Beam is going to be very useful for the Amoonguss and the Salamence. And what else did he have that was weak to ice? I think that was it. I forgot what his first thing was. So he starts off with Salamence and Kangaskhan. And we start off with Rotom and Gardevoir. So this is actually a very solid move for us. None of my Pokemon worry about the Intimidate. And we do get Scrappy, which is actually not useful in the least bit. So, Now, I can predict him to fake out my Gardevoir and go for the burn on the Kangaskhan. Now, I can predict him to do that. He's definitely... Oh, okay. My thought is he's most likely going to want to fake out the Gardevoir, because the Gardevoir does scare his team very, very much. So I'm actually going to protect here with my Gardevoir, and I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp onto the Kangaskhan. Now, I'm hoping that's the right move. Of course, if it's not, then oh well, we might lose 2 Pokemon one turn, we might not. It's not like Salamence can do very much to the 2 things that we have out, so I'm kind of surprised he's keeping him in. I'm guessing he is going to fake out our Gardevoir because he does keep in the Salamence, so he's probably going to want to get some moves off on us first. So let us see what he does, and there's a lot of S's in the sentences that I'm saying. So much alliteration. So he fakes out the Rotom Wash, unfortunately. That is not what I predicted him to do, so he's probably going to Draco Meteor the Rotom Wash. Okay. Intriguing. He does perceive the Rotom Wash to be a threat, which is good for him, but we do survive, which is kind of funny. Salamence reveals that it is not Life Orb, so I'm going to assume that it could possibly be Scarf, which is usually what people run. I see we're already creeping up on 16.5 minutes, so this battle's probably going to bring us to about 24, unless it doesn't go very well in our favor, which it isn't very right now. We don't outspeed the Kangaskhan unless it's not running any speed investments, so we could potentially get rid of the Salamence this turn. I'm going to go for that. I'm going to shoot for that. Shoot for the moon with Moonblast. And I think I'm going to take a risk and go for a Will-O-Wisp on the Kangaskhan. Did I run out of time? Because I definitely clicked that. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, that's gonna KO us, no doubt about it, but, that was weird. Okay, I didn't really choose that, but okay. Yeah, Ferrothorn, he's locked into whatever it is. Yeah, that was not what I chose. I appreciate you trying to make better decisions for me, but that's not what I chose. I'm just gonna go for a double... No, I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp on Kangaskhan, just in case. He might miss, he might not attack. He might not attack, we'll see. He might Sucker Punch. Hey, if he Sucker Punches, that's great. No, he's going to Power Up Punch. Is that going to... Yeah, that's going to take us out. But thankfully it's a crit, so he doesn't actually get a +2, which is actually really nice. And this setup actually is very good for us. Well, it's not the greatest. I have to go for Hydro Pumps. Yeah, it's really not the greatest. This is why I don't really like being Scarfed. So we have Kingdra. That's all we got. I'm going to go for Leech Seed on the Aegislash, and I'm going to go for a Draco Meteor onto the Kangaskhan. He's at +1, Sucker Punch will KO. So yeah, he doesn't go for Sucker Punch. I doubt Draco Meteor will KO. We are modest, max special attack, and we have Sniper, so maybe. Nah, of course not. Why would it? And he's going to KO us with Return. Right? Oh, man, you survive at 1. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Good game. Substitute. Oh, great. Now I have nothing to deal with this Aegislash. That misprediction in the first turn. Yeah. Oh well, that's a double loss. I'm just gonna go for a Power Whip onto the Aegislash because there's nothing he can do to really kill me. He's gonna withdraw, of course. It's a Salamence probably. Yep, and that's gonna affect me. Yeah, I didn't really have much of a choice anyway. I could have Gyro Ball, but that still wouldn't have KO'd anything. So he does Stance Change. Probably going to go for Shadow Ball if I know my Aegislashes. Yep. And that's going to do a lot. It wasn't the greatest battle, the last 2 ones. But hey, what are you going to do? And he does get the special defense drop. Great. And he avoids. Wow, that's awesome. I'm irked I played this battle pretty poorly. I'm just really annoyed that I'm gonna have to leech seed the elements. That's my only option. It does go for flamethrower. I'm really irked about that Confuse Ray because we really did have that in the bag pretty much. I mean, we outsped Nidoking, so Psychic would have KO'd him. And even if he did foul play on us, it's neutral and we don't have much attack. You know, we're not the strongest thing. So, yeah, I'm really irked that the first battle we lost because of that. So, that battle, that current battle, I played pretty poorly. I'm kind of surprised he went for the Rotom. I don't know. I don't agree with the whole sentiment of don't predict on the first turn, because even if you predict wrong, I mean, you can, no matter what, you can always end up in a bad position. I mean, had I not predict the first turn, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have went for double protect, to be quite honest with you. I probably should have gone for double protect. I don't know. I really don't know. That battle, I just didn't play very well for that battle. But that first battle. Alright, well, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you at the next video. Peace.